In this video, I'll be showing you how to make the Shagtastic Bracelet. This is a design that I had come up with back in February using the regular rainbow loom, but since they have come out with this new monster tail loom, I've decided to show you how to do this bracelet on the new loom. So you will need about 180 rubber bands, and I've chosen 3 different shades of blue and then white for my colors, so you can choose as few or as many as you like. So the first band placement is going to go from this bottom left pin and stretch diagonally up and to the right to the center pin, and it is going to twist and push that down. And then the next band is going to cross over this, so it's going to go from the bottom right diagonally up and into that center pin on the left, and twist and then push that down. So we're always going to be twisting the layers that have the X. Usually with my other bracelets I only twist the bottom layer, but with this one we're going to twist every layer that has the X. And now what I want to do for my second layer is put doubled bands on all 4 of these pins. So you have a couple of choices for doubling. If you want, you can take your hook and place the band on, twist and then put it back on, so you'll see 2 bands on your hook, and you can just place that right on top of that pin. Or another choice you can do is just to use your fingers, and that's actually what I'm going to do for this video. So I'm going to be sticking with all white, and again I'm doubling the band on all 4 pins. So what you would do is just place the band on the pin and then just twist it and then put that loop that's in your fingers back on the pin. So I find this a little bit quicker and easier if I'm just placing a doubled band on one single pin. So I'm going to go over to the next pin, twist, and just put it back on. And then finally one more white for this bottom right pin, putting it on, twisting, and then just putting this loop back on. So that was the second layer. Now for the third layer I'm going to switch to my next color, and this time I'm going to be back to X's. So I'm always starting on the bottom left. It's going to go diagonally to the middle row and twist. Remember, you're always twisting the X's. Now I'm going to cross this, so I'm going to start on the bottom right, go diagonally up and twist, put it on that center pin. And now I have 3 layers on, so what I want to do is remove the bottom layer. So it's going to be just one single white band from all 4 pins. So I'm just grabbing this bottom band, pulling it out over the top and into the middle. And then I'll move to the next pin up and do the same thing. Switch to the other side. I'm grabbing this bottom white band and pulling it into the middle, and then doing the same thing for the bottom pin. And you can see that the loops are going to be a little bit bigger on the left hand side, so you might want to just take a second and try and get the white loops that have come off to be about equal, and then you want to push all of this down. So now I'm on to the next layer, and again it's going to be the doubled bands on all 4 pins. So I'm sticking with this lighter blue. I'm always going to do an X and then the 4 loops with the same color. So there's going to be 2 layers of each color every time. So I'm still on the light blue. I'm just going to go around to all 4 pins and put a doubled band on each pin. And I have one more here. And now I want to remove the bottom layer. So from now on, every time we put a layer on, we're going to take a layer off. So this time I have the doubled band, so it's going to be 2 at once, and they're the white ones. I'm grabbing these bottom 2 white bands and pulling it out and into the middle. Just make sure as you're doing this that the bands that are on your pins do not come off as you're pulling those over the top, because they do tend to want to slide up and they can come off. flip to the other side, and again I'm grabbing the bottom 2 white bands and then repeating that again for the last one. And now I want to push all of this down. And so now I'm back to the X's, and this time I'm going to switch to my next blue. And I'm going to always be starting here on the bottom left and twist, and then cross over that, and again twist. Now remove the 1 single blue band from the bottom of all 4 pins. And again, it's going to be looser on one side than the other, so if you want to just try and get the loops sort of evenly spaced. And now it's time to add the next layer, so I'm sticking with the same blue color, but this time I'm doubling the band on all 4 pins. And now repeat this for the other side. And now I'm removing that bottom layer, which is going to be the 2 bands at once of this lighter blue color. And again on the other side. And now one more here. And then push this down, push all of these down. And so now I have my last color, this dark blue. So I'm doing the X's, starting on the bottom left and twist, and then crossing this. And now I have that single band to remove from all 4 pins. And again, you want them to be about the same spacing on all the sides here. And now finally I have the doubled bands on all 4 pins with the dark blue color. And now the same thing here for the other side. And now finally I'm going to remove the bottom layer. It's going to be doubled bands, so I'm grabbing 2 at once. And then push this down. So I'm just going to keep repeating the same pattern. I'll start over with the white, and my next layer will be X's. Then I'll remove the bottom layer, which will be a single band. Then the next layer would be the whites that are doubled, and then I would remove the bottom layer of doubled, and I will just continue on in the same pattern until the bracelet is long enough to fit around my wrist. When you have your bracelet to the length that you'd like it and you're ready to take it off the loom, you want to make sure that the last layer that you placed on was the one with the X. And so then at this point you should have 2 layers on. It should be the X layer on top and then the doubled band underneath. So you want to remove all of the doubled bands from the bottom of each of the 4 pins. So I'm just taking these 2 bands at once and pulling them over the top and into the middle. So I'm just going to do that for all 4 pins. And now you should have 1 single band left on all of the pins. So I will start on the bottom right. I'm just going to take this band and move it diagonally and up to the left and place it right on the top. I'm going to take the other band that is on the middle pin on the right hand side, get that on my hook and move that diagonally down and to the left. And now I want to take the bottom rubber band from each of these pins and pull it over the top. And so now I'm left with just these two single bands, and I want to get them both on my hook. So I'll get the one and hold it on, pick up the other. Now I can take this out, and I'm going to take a clip. I have an S clip here. You can use whichever clip you have available. Just going to put those on the one side. And then on the other side here, I'm just going to pick up a couple of the bands from the middle. And I want to hook them through the other side of the clip. And then here is your Shagtastic bracelet. It's got all the loops, and I think it has a pretty cool look to it. And then here are some other ones that I had done in the past. Here's one with rainbow colors. And then here's another one that I did red, white, and blue. So I hope that everyone found this tutorial easy to follow along with, and everybody likes their Shagtastic bracelet. You can always leave me comments on YouTube and Facebook, post pictures of your creations to my Facebook page, and please feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can stay up to date on all of my latest tutorials. You can also find me on Pinterest and Instagram, so please feel free to subscribe to those as well. Thanks for watching!